Welcome to Outlook Business Strat Talk. Today we have with us Naveen Anand, Senior Director, Regional Marketing South Asia for Oriflame Cosmetics, the Swedish cosmetic and beauty company that also has the distinction of conquering the world through direct selling. Naveen worked with Amway for 14 years before he joined Oriflame 3 years ago. Welcome, Naveen, to Strat Talk.
Thank you so much for having me on your program, and thank you so much for giving the opportunity to Oriflame to be with you today.
Absolutely, our pleasure. So, Naveen, first of all, let me start with 2020. This year, all of humanity has seen the worst disruption, and needless to say, because of that, businesses have also got disrupted. So, tell us a little bit about how this year has been for you and Oriflame.
Exactly right. For everyone, it has been a difficult time, and whether it is at personal level or at corporate levels, the pandemic has been hard. It's been hard for everyone. I would say it has been a challenging year, and it's been
Right.
challenging year for many companies. I think there may be some exceptions here and there, but generally speaking, challenging year. It has been a challenging year for Oriflame too. But I believe when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And that is
Right.
what Oriflame is being able to demonstrate in India for sure this year. And we actually currently are back to our pre COVID times in terms of our sales numbers. So we feel good about it. But yeah, it's hard to recover from what we lost in the month of April and May. They were really tough months. But still,
Right.
we are doing well. We are still a growing business in the last quarter, and I'm very optimistic. We'll continue to be even stronger in future.
Sure. Tell us, how did this business really get disrupted for you, in the sense that from the product side, because makeup sort of took a backseat for everybody because people are not going to work and so on. And secondly, of course, on the supply side, in terms of just work itself, how did things change for you, more so because yours is a direct selling company, and therefore that social interaction also calls for a lot in terms of business output. So, how did you deal with these two changes? What are the big shifts that you've seen over the past few months, and how much of that do you see continuing over the next, maybe couple of years, and thereafter even settling down as the new normal?
Meaning there are some significant learnings out of this challenge too, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I think what you said in social selling, it's all about people. And in
Right,
our business, we have many simple housewives, who start this business, they build a strong business, and for them, it's the social gathering where the magic is. Whether it is at their drawing rooms or inviting people for some small meeting, and all
right,
that took a very huge backseat. But
right,
I must commend the metal in our sales team and in our brand partners. They have been extremely strong, and I
hmm,
must say that the adaptability to digital by them has been outstanding. And these
hmm,
are people who are really very simple people, very simple people, and I would say their knowledge of digital was their mobile phone and the WhatsApp on mobile phone.
hmm.
And from that, we also partnered with them, and we did many trainings with these people on how to use digital.
Right,
Okay, so these trainings started to pay dividend, and today we see digitally very savvy brand partners.
hmm,
Everyone has adapted, to some, maybe to a lesser degree, some maybe to a higher
right,
degree, but a huge shift there. So today people
right,
are prospecting over the social channels. Today I have consultants who are selling over the Teams meeting, Zoom meeting, by doing their
right,
own team meeting. So that thing,
right.
as much as it become digital, it continues to still have the connect, and I think it's important to have the connect. So that's been
Right.
very positive for us. From a
Sure.
business point of view, that's critical, that we got very good response to our program from our consultants.
Okay. So now most of your agents would be in a position to be able to do these gatherings digitally and then progress with their product selling?
Absolutely. Meaning it is, as I said, such a lovely change.
Right.
from a time when there is hesitation. And I can tell you,
Yes.
you and I probably are in the same boat. We may be very digitally savvy, but when you
Right.
change your mobile phone, you struggle, right?
Right.
But then after a few
Absolutely.
days, we are right there. We know everything about it. And it's the same
Right.
thing. There was initial hesitation to adapt to these changes. And after that, they were going really quick and fast. So that's been really,
Right.
really positive for us. Yeah, but
Sure.
business still, there were challenges, as you rightly said. Supply
Right.
chain was a challenge. We get a lot of our raw material from Europe, and during the
Right.
pandemic time, it became a challenge for us. But we found ways around it. We started to plan a little
Sure.
better. We started to, look at, can we really convert our raw material to finished product quicker? Can we deliver quicker? So we started to look at those things too. So we supported our field also very, very efficiently.
Sure. And in terms of the product portfolio, how has it changed? Because I presume because of mass, I read that lipsticks have been the most disrupted product in beauty. But I'm sure you can throw more light on how this realignment really has happened, and how has Oriflame really refocused?
Yeah. Uh, so let me put it this way. Color cosmetics took a
Right,
beating, you know. So whether it was lipstick or it was your, compact, even the eye products, So we did
right,
see everywhere because you're not stepping out. You're not stepping out, then you kind of don't need there isn't the need to really use the
right,
makeup. But
right,
in many which ways, Oriflame is a very blessed company because we have a large range of products. So we have skincare products, we have color products, we have fragrances, we also have personal care products, and now we have a wellness portfolio also. So when we look at
right.
the range of product we had, we saw some shifts there. Skincare continued to be pretty much at the same level, I would say, because women
Mm-hmm.
like to take care of their skin. For anyone to go through cleansing, toning, moisturizing is important. It's a
Right,
daily regimen. So that was
right,
something very positive. And then during the pandemic time, we also saw a shift where people were spending more money on essentials. And so we had a
right.
range of, we have soaps and hand soaps, and we also
Okay,
have moisturizers. So products like this, we saw there was a spike in demand, and we were able to meet up that spike in demand. So that helped
sure.
us. And then the wellness products, that also did very, very well for us. People were looking for immunity, and we have some absolutely outstanding high quality wellness range of product. Small range of product, but it did really, really well for us. So there have been
Sure.
shift. We've been stronger in wellness. We've been stronger in personal care. We've been kind of same level in skincare, but we did lose our share of color cosmetics.
Sure. And anything that innovative that really came out of Corona? I mean, now Amul sells haldi doodh, and there's so many other these innovations that one wouldn't have thought of. Anything, of course, at the product level, and also overall in the way you work and deal with things. Any innovations that really stand out?
Yeah, I think I would say the innovations have been in terms, see, it's a people's business. We need to be connected to people.
Right.
So even the company, when we want to get connected today, we are using YouTube and Facebook Live far, far more efficiently. In fact, this 14th of December, which is just gone by, Oriflame celebrated 25 years in India. And we did a live event on YouTube
Okay.
and Facebook Live. And the viewership of that was 50,000 people. So, those are the things which have really
Wow.
been very efficient for us. And every month we connect through YouTube with our brand partners, and we get really good response to it. Large number of people watching, and as much as we want to be with them, we know we cannot be, but the information is flowing, the
Right.
knowledge is flowing, and we are using digital for training
Right.
also. So that's been a very, very
Right.
positive shift. The other thing is also, meaning I think it's very much business related, in the sense we've been dealing with our staff and colleagues here. So work from home, we found newer ways to be more efficient. Not that everyone has to be in office every day. I think that was a positive shift,
Right.
and we manage the efficiencies with that. So those have been, I think, some some very critical learnings for us here, and we feel good about adapting to them. And when it comes to product, we did launch a hand sanitizer, which was a quick to market product because there was demand
Sure.
for it. And we did
Sure.
go back to our scientist in Dublin, and we got to a formulation, and then we manufactured that in India. And
Okay.
very soon, in another few days' time, you will see a designer mask coming from Oriflame. We are partnering with Rohit Bal. So you will see
Okay.
an Oriflame Rohit Bal exclusive mask for men and women being launched soon.
Okay.
So these are some of the things which I think the pandemic time told us and gave us opportunities to experiment with.
Tell me, how does this whole surge in online, how does this really change the whole ecosystem of cosmetic retailing? What I mean to say is, over the last 5 years, the growth in online sales has been huge. More importantly, even online influenced sales is even more than online sale itself. But of course, because of Corona, that part is a little limited. So, how much of this do you think is going to sustain? And what does this mean for a player like you?
I think digital space will continue to grow. There isn't a doubt in my mind. There are advantages of it, and it connects with the younger people that much more easy, and which is a good thing. Meaning, I don't see it as a threat to be at all. And you
Right.
may be surprised to know, but 95% of our sales have always been online for few years now. So our
Okay.
people place orders digitally, so
Right.
from that point of view, we have always been digitally very savvy. So we do a lot of home deliveries, because who wants to come to a store to buy something which you have trust in? But you will
Right.
still go to the store because you want to try a few things. So there are other
Right.
motivations, but I think that will continue to grow. Does Oriflame see that as a threat? No, not really, because we are digitally very savvy, and also people pay money for the product at the end of the day, and we have
Right.
confidence in our product quality.
Sure. So, in terms of your supply chain, retail on the retail side, the customer places the order with the agent. The agent places the order online with the company, which gets delivered directly to the customers, or
We
does it
can
get
deliver it
delivered?
directly to the customer also. So there is that
Okay.
opportunity. So our brand partners will place an order to us. We can deliver to the brand partner, or if they
Okay.
want it to be delivered to the end customer, that can also be done.
That also happens. All right. All right. And tell us a little more about your experience in India. This year, you complete about 25 years in India. And how has your experience been so far in India? And is there any count on which India is different from other markets, or are we in alignment in terms of beauty trends in India versus the rest of the world?
Extremely proud to have celebrated 25 years in India. And I must say that, and I've been with the company 3 years now, but I understand the history pretty well now. And the story goes a little bit like this. The company is owned by two brothers, the Efyoknik brothers. And
Right.
25 years back, they were contemplating, will they open business in China or in India? And most companies were going to China, but the brothers had a big belief in India, and they just came to India. Meaning that just says confidence about someone in a market. And
Mm.
within 1 year of establishing the business in India, they also set up a factory in India, which means a lot of money being invested. So
Right.
Oriflame always had a strong belief in India, and I think we have been very well received. We have had many years of double-digit growth. There have been some challenging years, but we are a growing company. And
Right.
among other things, I would say India, there is always some uniqueness about every market. But in India, one of the things which I would say is very unique, the customer is very informed. They exactly know what they want. So if you
Mhm.
think that you are a smart person who can, go around them, you will fail. So you need to
Mm.
be transparent, and which we are. So never try to fool your customer. You should just tell them
Right.
what it is. and we deliver on value. So from that point of view, it been very good. I still believe these are strong foundations which have been built for a really huge business which we will build in the coming few years. And as much as I'm proud about the 25 years in India, I'm actually looking forward to the next 25, the next 50, and the next century here in India. We'll build a very large
Oh,
company.
absolutely. Sure. Fantastic. Naveen, in the past few years, there are a huge number of brands that have come up in the beauty space thanks to easy access to venture capital. How do you view these players, and are regulations in place in terms of vetting product quality, etc.? What's your take on these players?
I think there are two aspects here. One is, yes, of course, the market has been growing, and it's like little chicken and egg. Was there demand, or did someone create demand? And I think it is both, because we are a young population. So obviously, with the trends being followed and with the social media being so strong today, the word travels very far. The trends come to a country real quick and fast. So trends also drove some of the demand. And then there were players who also pushed this demand. So therefore, it's not a surprise there are many players who came. You and I would always remember the success stories. But the fact is, many came and failed. So it's still a
Right,
tough market, right? So that's for the part of where the marketplace is. And the regulatory environment, I think there have been some always some room for improvement there, and we have been in constant touch with the regulators to see that the right product reaches the customer. And a lot of things are good there. Probably some of them can be even better in future, and we continue to, in a very nice, efficient way, work with the regulatory team as an industry
right,
to bring forward what it is. What we need, and what I think the objective for the regulator also is, that no one is cheated. You get what you're paying for. I think that the number
right.
one thing which has to come, and therefore there has to be assurance on product quality. So those are, I think, some of the things around regulations.
Sure. And how do you see the competitive landscape evolving? This plethora of brands across product categories that has come up, and more competition is never good. How do you view this? How is this going to pan out over the next 5, 10 years or so?
It will increase. So you would have, I promise you. So there is J beauty, which is Japanese beauty. There is K beauty, which is Korean beauty. And then there is S beauty now, which is the Scandinavian beauty. Okay.
Mhm,
And all three spaces are really, really increasing. Okay. And
mhm.
this is over and above what's already there. It's like
Right,
newer trends in last few years, and they will only but increase. And when the competition is there, I think companies and marketers have to work harder, and it's good for the consumer. And I, in no way, feel threatened by it. I, in many which ways, feel that we as a company, I think some of our strengths are like, why should we not be so scared of the competition? I think we are watchful of the competition, but since we know that we are a brand of stature, brand which has earned the trust over last 25 years here in India,
right.
and we deliver you value, meaning every product which we manufacture in this country goes through strict European standards, and it's not mandated by the government. European
Mm,
standards are for products to be sold in Europe, not in India.
right,
We as a
right.
company do it whether it is India or Mexico or Sri Lanka or it is
Listening product.
Russia, anywhere in the world. So we have very high level of trust and confidence in our brand. We have a large team of scientists who always are innovating. So we are more
Sure.
often than not ahead of time with technologies. So we present to our customers and consumers with a nice range of product, and we are very affordable. We have different segments of product, but Oriflame is a very affordable brand. You would have a good performing product at a price. You want even better benefit, you pay a little bit more. You want the best, you can pay and buy the best of our range. So we have good segments which are important for this country.
Sure. And in terms of your next milestone, is there a goal in terms of where you want to see yourself 5 years hence? And are there any anything new that you're working on, a new concept, or the next level in terms of your products?
Yeah, I think there are a couple things which we are very focused on. We continue to be a beauty company, and as we learn more about beauty, we have a big belief in nature. We are inspired by nature, and Oriflame since inception over 50 years back now has been using natural ingredients. However, with the progress in science, we are also backing it up by science. It is not only that someone says this ingredient is good, we try and figure out why is it good and what is good in it. So we are inspired by nature but powered by science. So that's very
Okay.
critical for us, which we will continue to do. And as we move forward, there are ambitions in sales numbers. That's only one part of the business, and
Right.
my belief is that's not the only part you have to chase. What we need to do and what we are committed to doing is building trust with even more people. Once we have trust because of our product, the sales will follow. And then we do want to do all what we do with two very important things in mind. One is we have a huge emphasis on sustainability. So as we progress, it's not only about getting products to the consumers, it is also getting sustainable products to the consumers. And we as a company since 2015, our carbon footprint has reduced over 40%. The water we use for our products had reduced by 18%. We use
Right.
only renewable energy in our factories. So we do a lot
Right.
of this, but there is still a lot to be done. So one
Right.
aspect is doing it in a way which is good for the consumer and for the mother earth. And the second
Right.
thing is whatever we are, wherever we are because of the society, we are because of the community. And we owe it back to the society, we owe it back to the community. And we in India are in partnership with Deepalya for girl child education. And over
Sure.
last few years, we have sponsored 7,000 plus girl child education. Very recently, we also donated a school building in a village in Haryana. So as much
Sure.
as I'm excited about how big the sales turnover be, I'm more excited
Right.
about how we are seen.
Sure. Two questions. One, there has been a surge in demand for organic products, organic cosmetics. That's been a recent trend as well. So, how is Oriflame placed in that segment? And second, cruelty free. I mean, more and more people are becoming cognizant of this thing, and I don't think there are any pure plays. I mean, Body Shop was one which got acquired. Is there anything that Oriflame has or is planning to look at?
So I think there are, like, first you go at the level which is natural, and we have been using a lot of natural extracts. Okay, and then you can go to the next level: are they organic or not?
Right.
And many of them for us will be any which ways very organic, like astaxanthin. It comes from the algae from the Nordic oceans.
Mhm.
Okay, it's just like a natural extract which we are using, or we use haldi or mulakthi. They are very natural products. Now we've also gone the way towards organic. So some of these ingredients we are buying organic ingredient. So Love
Sure.
Nature, a range of our uses organic ingredients.
Okay.
But not all our products use organic ingredient because it
Sure.
takes a greater effort and needs some more time. So we are
Right.
towards that. And just as a impression, natural is very good, organic is a shade better. So it's not like
Right.
when you use natural,
Right.
you're not getting the right product, you're still getting the
Right.
right product. But with
Right.
organic, your cost goes up. So we have to be a little
Right.
bit sensitive about the marketplace too with that. But we are going that route. And
Sure.
we do business in 60 countries today. And animal testing is a little bit of a sensitive subject in few ways. And some of
Right.
the products in China needs to be tested on animals, that their regulation kind of a thing. So for that reason, some of them have to be, because the regulation, not for us, for any company, you have to do
Right.
that. But
Right.
we, as I said, are a company with a heart, and we do the right thing around formulating our products.
Sure. And how much of your manufacturing right now is out of India? All sales are you able to meet through local manufacturing? Um,
So
and
we have two factories. We have two factories, one in Noida and one in Roorkee. And these factories today give us more than 70% of what we sell in India. So our reliance on India is very, very huge and very good. And not only that, these factories also export products to other Oriflame markets. So it's
sure,
actually twin benefit. Not only what
sure,
we get for the Indian consumer, but we are also able to export products from these factories to other countries.
sure. And those capacities remain, or is there any expansion planned? Are you
The
adequately placed in terms of
Yeah, the
capacity?
Roorkee factory is relatively new factory, and when we built the
Okay,
factory, we built a larger factory where you could keep adding lines, so you don't have to go to a new location to set it up again. And the Roorkee
sure,
factory is actually a LEED Gold certified factory, which is the highest standard you can have in setting up of a factory. And we did last year set up a new line to manufacture new products on that. And as we build our wellness business more, we do see that same factory putting in more line to expand capacity.
sure. One final question as we come to the end of this year. Tell us your biggest lessons from this year,
Uh,
personally and at professionally at Oriflame.
at a personal level, I think the pandemic taught, at least it taught me, bare necessities are more than enough in life. You know what you need is food, I think Wi-Fi, and
Right.
people you love to be around you. I think
Sure.
life is just good with that. You know, all
Right.
other things are just built over a period of time. But to live a good life, basic necessities are more than enough. And
Sure.
at a business level, be proactive. You know, many of the things which COVID forced us to do, we could have done, and many others could have done, but we could have also done. We could have embraced digital earlier than what we did now. You
Right.
know, that's something which any company could have done. We could have done these events even earlier to connect people. You know, so those are
Right.
the things which I think are very, very good lessons for anyone. And I wish we don't have a pandemic ever again to learn these lessons. You know, we need to be proactive to kind of be around it.
Sure.
But that's what it
Sure.
is for me.
Sure. Thank you so much, Naveen, for this discussion. It was a pleasure talking to you.
So thank you yet again for having me and having Oriflame on your program. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.